Hello everyone. Welcome to an introductory webinar about the New Jersey Inclusive Education Technical Assistance Project, or NJIETA. This project is a partnership among Montclair State University Center for Autism and Early Childhood Mental Health, the New Jersey Coalition for Inclusive Education, and the New Jersey Department of Education Office of Special Education. This webinar will introduce listeners and viewers to the following information. First, an introduction to the New Jersey Inclusive Education Technical Assistance Project and its partners, how NJIETA lives in conversation with other exciting educational initiatives happening throughout the state of New Jersey, the vision, mission, and values that undergird and drive this work, and then information about the three components of the NJIETA project. So the Inclusion Leadership Development Group, Technical Assistance to Schools, and Systemic Change Facilitation. We will also share information about how to apply and where to go for more information. The New Jersey Inclusive Education Technical Assistance Project is a three-pronged effort to support the development of more inclusive schools where students with and without disabilities can learn, contribute, and belong. And so later in this webinar, we will go into the three prongs of the project, the Inclusion Leadership Development Group piece, technical assistance to schools, and systemic change facilitation. NJIETA will begin supporting schools to deliver face-to-face or remote instruction beginning in the 2020-2021 academic year. NJIETA is a collaboration among the New Jersey Department of Education Office of Special Education, providing project support, oversight, and approval, the Center for Autism and Early Childhood Mental Health at Montclair State University, providing project leadership and services for all pre-K sites, and the New Jersey Coalition for Inclusive Education, a statewide nonprofit also providing project leadership and then all services for K-12 sites. NJIETA lives in conversation with other exciting educational initiatives that are happening across the state of New Jersey, such as the New Jersey Tiered Systems of Supports, New Jersey Positive Behavioral Supports in Schools, the New Jersey Pyramid Model to support social emotional competence in infants and young children, and of course the state's commitment to equity on a broader scale. So specifically, this year's conference highlights equity in action, strengthening teaching, leading, and learning. So NJIETA is very much primed to meet this particular moment in education in New Jersey, specifically focusing on supporting educators to best meet the needs of learners with disabilities. The New Jersey Inclusive Education Technical Assistance Projects believes and promotes the idea that special education is a service, not a place. And so in New Jersey, the term special education actually means specially designed instruction at no cost to parents to meet the unique needs of a child with a disability. Furthermore, this project grounds our work in the Individuals with Disabilities in Education Act that notes that a student with a disability is not removed from the age-appropriate general education classroom solely based on needed modifications to the general education curriculum. The focus of the NJIETA project is supporting inclusive education in schools across the state and supporting the efforts of other state initiatives like those we've previously mentioned. Inclusive education is an evidence-based practice that takes time, effort, and a commitment to change in order to improve the quality of education for all students. And implementing inclusive educational practices, policies, and vision really requires support, and that's what we in this project are here to do, to support schools. So for NJIETA, we recognize the paradigm shift that is needed to really reframe the conversation from not if students with disabilities can be more effectively served in general education environments, but how. NJIETA is the how piece that will help schools translate values into actions. The New Jersey Inclusive Education Technical Assistance Project is grounded in and organized around the following vision and mission and undergirded by a set of values. So the project envisions a state where all students with and without disabilities learn, contribute, and belong as valued members of their school communities. Our mission is for NJIETA to support inclusive schooling through leadership development, targeted technical assistance, and systemic change facilitation. And all of the work of this project is grounded in shared values of leadership, collaboration, equity, empowerment, and relationships. So, as mentioned, NJIETA consists of 3 different components to support the vision, mission, and values just mentioned. So first we're going to focus on the Inclusion Leadership Development Group. To facilitate progress toward more inclusive schools across New Jersey, we really must develop a shared understanding of best practices in inclusive education, identify suggestions for change, and find ways to enhance collaboration between all constituent groups. Therefore, NJIETA is forming an Inclusion Leadership Development Group, or the ILDG, which is a volunteer opportunity for leaders to work together to effect statewide change. The ILDG will meet regularly to receive information and training on best practices in inclusive education and develop a set of recommendations to be submitted to the Department of Education, Office of Special Education. NJIETA will also host regional inclusion conferences to bring together stakeholders from across the state to share knowledge and engage in training and sharing of best practices in the latest evidence-based practices in inclusive education. Our first conference will take place in early fall 2020 and will be held online, so please stay tuned for more information about that. The second component within the NJIETA project is geared towards providing technical assistance to schools. So we know that best practice in delivering quality, sustained professional development to educators includes a focus on content, on active learning that really utilizes models and modeling, as well as providing opportunities for coaching, feedback, and reflection. And so therefore, the New Jersey Inclusive Education Technical Assistance Project will offer 5-session technical assistance packages to schools that are interested in developing their knowledge and capacity in specific areas of focus. The NJIETA technical assistance process is as follows. Session 1 is training for administrators only, to include a brief introduction to inclusive education, overview of the training which will be provided to the staff. We will provide resources that include observation tools, so look-fors, listen-fors, and information regarding ways that administrators can support the implementation of this topic. Session 2 is training for staff members on the selected topic, to include an overview of the topic, exploration of specific strategies or practices, and possible steps for implementing. Sessions 3 and 4 are on-site coaching for staff to facilitate implementation of strategies and practices from their training session. And Session 5 provides additional on-site coaching, as well as a brief review of the technical assistance topic, participant reflection, and participant planning for implementation of knowledge and skills. The 5-session technical assistance packages for pre-K sites include Universal Design for Learning, Facilitating Play at All Developmental Levels, Stress and Young Children, Integrating Related Services into the Classroom, and Reframing Autism. 5-session technical assistance packages for K-12 sites include Introduction to Inclusive Education, Universal Design for Learning, Co-teaching, Utilizing Differentiation to Support Inclusive Education, Best Practices in Developing IEPs that Support Inclusive Education, Supporting Positive Student Behavior through Motivation and Engagement, Building an Inclusive Education Culture, and Operationalizing Accommodations and Modifications. More information about these 5-second packages can be found on the NJIETA website, and the link to our website will be included at the end of this webinar. Also, please note, as collaboration is a core value that drives all of NJIETA's work, technical assistance services will only be provided for multidisciplinary teams. So that means a mixture of administrators, general and special educators across content areas, paraprofessionals, related service providers, and child study team members. So the last program within the NJIETA project is Systemic Change Facilitation. We know that becoming an inclusive school is a complex effort that requires leveraging the resources, talents, and focus of all constituents within a school community and aligning those efforts towards a collaboratively agreed upon long-term goal. Therefore, the schools selected to be part of the NJIETA Systemic Change Facilitation process will be engaged in structured, sustained, comprehensive work to improving school culture, policies, and practices in order to enhance equity for all students. So the systemic change facilitation approach builds on decades of knowledge and experience from other inclusive education systemic change frameworks, such as the Index for Inclusion and the work done from the Swift Schools project, and similar work done across states in New Hampshire, in Florida, in Virginia, and then, of course, the important work being done right here in New Jersey with the New Jersey tiered systems of supports. So what the systemic change facilitation process looks like on the ground is that an NJIETA inclusion facilitator will be assigned to selected sites. There will be a district-based team in place for overview and support meetings, and then a school-based team that really leads and drives this work. The school-based team will meet monthly with the NJIETA Inclusion Facilitator for planning and progress monitoring, and we will work together on a quality indicator assessment and the development of an individualized action plan for that site. And this team will really lead the charge for overall site capacity building and professional development on the identified priorities that we will establish together. In order to be considered as a systemic change facilitation site, applying schools must do the following. So they must complete the required application forms. They should commit to prioritizing this initiative. They should receive school and district administration approval. They should be willing to change the master schedule, and they should commit necessary resources and staff time to this project, knowing that it's necessary that everyone involved really be open and committed to change. Additionally, for more information about applications or anything you heard or read over the course of this webinar, please also visit our website, www.njieta.org, or the websites of our project partners that are noted on this slide. So that's the New Jersey Coalition for Inclusive Education, or the Center for Autism and Early Childhood Mental Health, or the Office of Special Education at the Department of Education. You may also email us with any questions at info@njieta.org. And in the subject line of your inquiry email, please just let us know if the question pertains to K-12 services or pre-K services, and we will direct your inquiry to the right person. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Thank you for your time and attention in participating in this webinar. And at this time, we're happy to answer any questions you may have.